Hello, my name is Rick.
Ciao, my name is Millie.
And this, Yonky Doodlers, is episode 43.
43. Oh my god, I did it. It's so stressful.
Pass the test, but of what season? That's the question. Oh, I think you know what it is. Season 2
Do it.
of
Yonks
Ago!
Ago!
This is Yonks Ago, coming into your ears. Now what are yonks? They're kinda like years. Just a father and a daughter who want to know all about some people from Yonks Ago. Interesting people who did interesting stuff, but about whom we don't know enough. So we're gonna dig deep and find it all out. Yonky Doodlers know what we're all about. Yonks Ago! Hey! Ho! Hey! Yonks Ago! Hey! Ho! Hey! Surely. Here we are, back in the kitchen.
We are back in the kitchen.
But it's not a Tuesday afternoon.
No.
It is Wednesday, early afternoon. Which is, that's crazy.
Yeah.
In this day and age, you'd think we'd be able to organise ourselves to record whenever we darn well please.
Yeah.
But for some reason, our scheduling just didn't work out yesterday.
That's okay.
We could have done it. Just didn't feel right.
No, I didn't.
So, we said, you know what? Wednesday, it's your day to shine.
Yeah.
It's very unusual to record on a Wednesday because
It is.
we like to have it in the bank because we release on a Wednesday.
Yeah, we do.
Without fail.
Yeah.
Except when we failed, which is very rarely.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I have.
I reckon at least once.
Because who's going to... there's no one keeping me under control. There's no one there's no checks and balances.
Do we always release on Wednesday as well? Was that always our day?
Yeah, 100.
Surely we did one on a Thursday once.
Must have, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, there's no way I've gotten through 43 episodes of season 2, 17 episodes of season 1 without ballsing up at least one release.
Yeah, I reckon.
But I can't remember it.
You either.
So in my mind, I've nailed it. 100% success rate.
Yeah.
If there's any Yonky Doodlers out there who wish to disagree, keep it to yourself. All right, there's a time and a place.
Yeah.
But you seem very low-key. You seem very relaxed. I
am very relaxed, thank you.
It's like a bit of a Wednesday morning chill fest from the Millster. The Millster is the chillster.
Are you relaxed?
There's definitely very low anxiety levels.
Yeah.
I feel very at home in my home.
Yeah, well, that figures, man. It should.
It's right there in the name.
Yeah.
So look, apologies if this podcast goes pear-shaped or
shaped. Not really sorry, though. It's got to be one.
We've had some already.
No, we haven't.
You can add this one to the list if you're keeping a list.
Yeah.
Of pear-shaped episodes.
I don't think you are, though. Who can be stopped?
Mate, people out there love a spreadsheet.
That's true.
They love stats.
That's true.
And I feel like some of our Yonky Doodlers definitely got a spreadsheet going.
I reckon.
Graphs.
Yeah.
Pie charts. But again, look, if they paint this episode or me or Millie in a negative light, keep it to yourself. Yeah. All right, it's fine to keep stats.
Yeah.
But don't stat shame us.
No.
All right. But I do encourage stat keeping.
Yeah.
But how you use those stats, that's the grey area.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just putting it out there. Use your moral compass.
Yeah.
Look.
Give me the recap, Dad. I'm ready for it.
You sure you don't want me to talk about stats?
No, I'm ready for the recap.
The recap, Nancy Bloody Wake.
Yes.
Of what she'd been up to, lady. When we left her, she just completed stage 1 of the Tour de Nance.
Yep.
She had ridden over 200 kilometres.
Yeah, because she had to take a
couple of detours.
Yeah, detour. I was searching for that word.
For safety's sake.
Yeah.
That's the thing your Tour de France rider does never have to worry about. Well, can I ride the normal stage or am I going to get shot? No, I better take the long way.
Yeah.
Tour de France riders got it easy. But Tour de Nance riders always got to be on guard.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point of the race.
Exactly.
Is try to get there without getting captured or shot or tortured or otherwise made to feel like you've lost.
Yeah. That's why they put her on, because it should be the easiest to get through.
Yeah.
She loves a lie.
Yeah. So the whole ride was just a mobile fib.
Yeah.
wasn't it? She was just a lie on wheels. She's on board.
Yeah. Well, no, she's on bike.
She's on bike. She was 100% on bike, this plan. And they rightly reckoned she had the best chance, and they were proved correct.
Yeah.
She slipped on through, often preying on the underestimation of the German troops, which has...
Underestimation, that's a good word. Yeah.
And that's been one of her very valuable weapons this entire war.
Exactly.
Is the people look at her and they go, "Ah." And she has used that to her advantage, as she bloody should. So she got through 200 kilometres in record time for the Tour de Nance.
Yeah.
Took her about 36 hours.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's a huge ride, man. She was buggered. She only had a little kip in a barn. She had a couple of stops at the bistros.
Yeah.
But apart from that, she's hardly eaten and she's hardly slept, and she is saddle sore.
Well, yeah.
But she's made it. She's got to find the bistro that Den told her about. So she's looking around, can't find the bistro.
Oh,
I mean, she is tired.
Yeah.
She can hardly walk. So it's not easy.
Yeah.
So she's in this town wondering what was the name of the town? It was Charlem, Châteauroux. Châteauroux.
Makes sense.
The Châteauroux. The Châteauroux. That's how I think it's pronounced. It's the Châteauroux. And let me get back to the story.
Yes.
Because I'm getting distracted. This is what Wednesdays are all about. I think I'm more distractible on a Wednesday, Millie.
Okay. That's okay, though.
I guess.
Yeah.
So she's wondering what to do in Châteauroux. I forgot how to say it. Châteauroux. Châteauroux, that's it.
Châteauroux. That's
come on, mate. Lock it in. Wondering what to do in Châteauroux, where to go from here, and she was feeling extremely alone, surrounded by Germans.
Yeah.
And then suddenly she saw a friendly face.
Michelin herself.
No, it was a man smiling at her, who she recognised instantly as Bernard.
I don't remember who Bernard is.
I don't think we've met Bernard.
Okay.
He was just a Kelly Gang member.
It might be Bernard, but we changed his name.
Yeah, true.
Trev or something.
Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie.
So Bernie, who like her, was a long way from home.
Okay.
He was a bloke she'd met in passing several weeks before.
Okay.
So look, just a Kelly Gang member who she'd seen out in the woods.
Just an old mate.
He's like, "Hello, my name is Bernie. How are you?" She's like, "Why do I need to know your name? I'm Nancy Wake, as if I'm ever going to see you again. I'm just here organising crepes and crates.
Yeah.
But nice to meet you, Bernie.
Yeah.
But I'll probably never see you again."
I'll just call you Trev.
No way. Do not confuse me. I'm easily distractible.
Yeah.
And so then she's like, "Bloody hell, it's Bernie. Lucky he introduced himself to me, because what are the chances? He's here." And so the two, they embraced, they compared notes, and they discovered they were both pursuing identical tasks. They were both looking for radios.
There you go.
So both of their little gangs had lost their radios, because
It's a shame.
I think that's one of the common things that happens when you get into a scrap in these situations. Like, the Germans are coming. There's a very real chance we're going to lose. Everyone who has a radio, bury the radio, burn the codes. And so then if you survive the battle, you're like, "Hey, we won." Lost our bloody radio. And so, they're both in there looking for a radio, way to get their hands on a radio.
Yes.
And then so they're looking around, and then as she's talking to him, she spies the bistro they're looking for.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then they find the man, but unfortunately he refused point blank to help.
Dog?
Because she didn't have the required passwords.
Oh, dog the boys.
Mate, she tried her normal tactic that she always does when she doesn't have a password.
Yeah.
She just comes out with the truth.
Yeah.
I'm Nancy Wake. I'm a secret underground spy.
Yeah.
I know Den. He sent me to you. I don't have the codes, but give me bloody radio access.
Exactly.
He's like, "I'm sorry, that is not how I operate. Password or GTFO." And she's like, "I don't understand your fancy acronyms. I'm pretty sure that's not how they work." Nancy's begging. She's pointing out that if she worked for the Gestapo, that he'd already be rumbled. So shut your face, give me a radio. And he's like, "Nah."
Dog. He's dog
so
boys.
she left. She met Bernie had waited outside.
Yeah.
And she's like, didn't work. And she's like, my contact's a bust. Let's find your contact, Bernie.
Oh, good.
Bernie's like, this is a great plan. Let's go find him. So they head over to the address that he's got.
Yeah.
But the place is crawling
Oh, no.
with wood lice. She won't go near buildings. No, the place is crawling with Germans.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Germans. So they're hanging back, and then Bernie sees another chum. He's like, hey, whose name doesn't say what his name is, so you can pick one.
Jerry.
He's like, hey, Jerry, come over here. And Jerry's like, oh, Bernie, I have not met you for a long time. And he's like, I was trying to see my contact, but there's Germans everywhere, and rumor has it, wood lice. And Jerry is like, yes, Germans and wood lice, and your contact, unfortunately, he is gone.
Oh, no.
He has made like the wind.
Oh, no.
And has drifted away on the breeze. And Bernie's like, I'm not sure your metaphor is accurate. The wind very rarely blows away on the breeze. For the wind and the breeze are very similar things. You either have one or the other. They do. Jerry's like, you're missing the point of what I'm trying to tell you. Don't go there.
Surely the breeze is the wind. Like, you can feel the breeze.
You see, Jerry merely understands. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The breeze and the wind, they're the same thing.
You feel the breeze, but the wind is blowing.
So how could the wind travel away on the breeze? Jerry, you've made a fool of yourself, and my new friend here, Amelia, agrees with me. Jerry's like, stop bullying me. The two of you, I'm trying to tell you that your contact is gone. And what's more, the Gestapo is waiting in the house for anyone who shows up trying to make contact. So whatever you do, don't go in there. Make like the wind and travel away on the breeze. And if you correct me, I will dob you into the Gestapo right now. When someone gives you good advice and a perfectly adequate metaphor, an analogy, is it a metaphor, an analogy? I've gotten distracted.
When did you say it like? Wait, what did you have to remember? It's okay.
The point is, just don't make them feel bad.
Just let it go. Let's just move on.
That's what I'm saying. You just let it go and you move on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying as well.
And Bernie's like, all right, I understand what everyone's saying. You're all making very good points. Everything you're saying sounds great.
Nancy's just standing there like, cool.
Nancy needed a rest though. She was grateful for just
power nap.
Just a time where she didn't have to do anything, think about anything. She's like, this ridiculous conversation can go on forever for as far as I'm concerned. For as far as I'm concerned.
I'm not.
Don't correct me. And so, look, they're out of options.
Yeah. That's a bit sad.
Nancy's contact refused to help due to lack of passwords.
Dog.
And Bernie's contact
flew away
like the wind on the breeze. And the Gestapo were waiting to trap them. So they had nowhere to go from here.
Yeah.
But then Bernie said, I have one last plan.
What is it?
I think there might be a Kelly gang just outside of town.
Yes.
We could go and try to find them in the woods. And I'm pretty sure that they have a radio. And perhaps we can use their radio to organize our own radio. Do you know what I'm saying? And Nancy's like, I'm on board. Let's go. And so then they have to. They took different routes, to split up.
Yeah.
She's on her bike again. She's not happy about that. The blisters are real. So then they rendezvous on the other side of town, and they head into the woods, and they find the Kelly gang. And there indeed is a working radio.
That's awesome.
With an operator. And so it's all looking very good. Nancy says, look, can you just please call Bucky Buckmeister and tell him in the next crate we need more crepe supplies. That's non-negotiable.
Yep.
Any guns you can spare. And a new bloody radio, please. Plus. And thank you.
Yeah.
And if you could underline new radio, because it's VV important. So Nancy's made her demands, her request. It's not a demand.
It's not a demand. She said please and thank you.
Yeah, she's like, make sure you phrase that politely because Bucky Buckmeister responds well to manners. And so, bang, nailed it.
Bop.
She's like, well, what am I going to do now? I've got to head back. I've got to get back real quick.
Surely a rest first.
200 kilometers. She's like, she had passed exhaustion. But yeah, she was absolutely wrecked. But she had to head back. She had to get back as quick as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Stage 2 of the Tour de Nantes.
We're getting into it.
But because she's so tired, she's like, I am not going the long way.
No.
I don't care anymore. Look, if I die, fair enough. I've done my job. I organised a new radio. That could be the final contribution that Nancy Wake makes to this war.
Yeah.
But I am not...
$10 she doesn't die.
I'm not going...
Shake on it.
I'm not going the long way round. If there's a whole bunch of Germans up ahead, guess what? I'm riding through. I'm not stopping. So she figures out, she's like the quickest route between here and Saint-Étienne. And she's ready to go. She didn't have the energy to do anything else. She basically went into autopilot mode. It's just one pedal turn at a time.
Yeah.
And it's traumatic. Many times she wanted to stop and have a pee, but she thought if I do that, I'll never get back on the bike again.
Yeah.
So she had to pee her pants. Nancy Wake has stooped so low that she is riding her rickety bike through France.
Oh, that's going to be annoying.
Just wetting the pants.
Oh, nah, because it gets like itchy.
Oh, it would be awful. I guess it would sterilise her open wounds from her blisters.
Oh, yeah.
Although I think that might be a myth. I can't remember where Bear Grylls sits on whether urine is sterile or not anymore. I don't know the rules.
No, it just might make it sting more.
But the smell would get to you, and just the wet, uncomfortable.
The squelch.
Oh, look, but she's like, I can't stop pedaling. There's if I stop,
and we can't
it'll be
stop, and we won't stop.
So she has to Miley Cyrus her way all the way through the stage 2 of the Tour de Nantes with pee pants.
No.
And through the exhaustion, she keeps moving. Her face is oozing with a greasy kind of sweat, which comes from when the body barely has anything left to give.
Yeah.
She's on the precipice. Yet, through all this, fortune favours the brave, you've got to say, through a combination of good luck and unbelievable energy. Nancy,
is she back?
She kept moving through the night, fighting off cramps all the while.
Yeah.
She did have a momentary scare on the outskirts of
Montlecon,
when a figure suddenly emerged onto the road in front of her.
Oh, that's scary.
But it proved to be the same Kelly Gang member who 3 days previously had
Tony!
No, Tony. Big Tony Tones. It was Big Tony Tones.
Tony, with his baby, surely.
Big Tony Tones popped out, and he said, hey, Nancy, it's a boy. hey, c'est un garçon, Nancy.
Didn't name the kid, surely.
The proud father had guessed which road she would be returning on and had waited for her.
That's awesome.
I mean, probably been better if he'd stayed at home with his newborn child and just helped out around. But he just thought, no, I'm going to camp out by the side of the road just in case Nancy rides back so I can let her know, c'est un garçon, Nancy. And his wife's like, no, actually, could you stay? He's like, you don't understand. I got to tell Nancy I was riding the bike with her. She'd be really, interested to know what we had. So I'll be back in a few days. Oh, hey.
You got to name the kid. Ready, set, go.
10.
10.
10. That's what they named him. Because guess what? It was the 10th child. It was their 10th baby.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And they were out of names. And then, so he'd popped out and then waited for her. Yes, cool. And then she made it all the way back. Oh, he rode with her. Tony Tone. Again, Tony, probably should go home to your wife and baby. But he's like, hey, Nancy, hey, I'm gonna ride with you. You look tired. You got the greasy, oozy face as someone who was on the brink of exhaustion. Hey, I'll keep you company. And she's like,
Okay.
shouldn't you go back to be with your baby? He's like, nah.
He's like,
I've
got 9 others.
like I know what babies are like. Oh, hey, she'll be right. And so they made it back.
Yeah.
And of all the things that she accomplished during the war, Nancy is most proud of this two stages of the Tour de Nance.
You would be, eh?
Having completed just over 400 kilometres in 72 hours.
No.
Fact.
No, thank you.
She got back and they said, "How are you?" And she cried. She couldn't stand up. She couldn't sit down. She couldn't do anything. She just cried. And everyone's like, do you think Nancy has beat her pants? I think she has beat her pants. No one say anything to Nancy about the fact that she has beat her pants. And so for the next few days and nights, she could barely move as all the skin had been rubbed away from the insides of her thighs. And she really just had to lie there while the village doctor applied dressings. And then she spent a few days immobile till she could walk again.
Bro, that doesn't sound very nice.
For the record, 54 years on from that journey, Nancy still has never been back on a bike.
Oh, yeah.
Not once, she says with some feeling. But the job had been done. Within 48 hours, a wonderfully familiar drone came from the west by the moonlight. A crate emerged.
Trevor's like, my pancakes.
Floating down gracefully on the end of a parachute and a brand spanking new radio. And it was accompanied by a new radio operator.
Ooh.
Den. What's happened? He was a 19-year-old boy from Ohio by the name of Roger.
Oh, mate.
Perfect name for a radio operator.
Yeah.
Though to get confusing. Yes, confusing. It's when you're not sure who you're feuding with. It's confusing. And Roger had a lot of feuds.
Yeah.
But I think he was also feuding with Den.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Den would not be happy that this new radio came with a radio operator.
No.
But also, how confusing for a radio operator to be called Roger, because at the end of everything, when you understand something, you got to say Roger that.
Roger that.
He's going to get real confused.
He's like, what? What's that?
So Roger that has arrived. And he proved, but wait, look, the feud must have sorted itself out. He proved to be an excellent backup to Den.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who got on well with him from the first.
Oh, there you go.
And from that point on, Roger essentially became Nancy's personal radio operator, and Den stuck more with Trev.
Oh, are they in love? Oh, I think they're in love.
And so thanks to this amazing 2 stages of the Tour de Nance, they were back in business, and they still had plenty of business to get through.
Yes.
And I think that is going to have to draw to a close.
That was heckers, man.
I mean, what a thing to have done.
Yeah, no, I would not do that. I would not want to do that.
But if push came to shove, Mills, maybe you would do that.
Yeah, maybe not though.
It's not like she went from being just a normal person in the world who was just living her normal life to doing 2 stages of the Tour de Nance.
That's true.
And soldiering on through greasy sweats and pee pants. It was a gradual evolution, a toughening up, going through more and more extreme circumstances to get her to the point where that was just the thing she had to do to get the thing done.
But I mean, 400 kilometres. Yeah. Like, that's too much. No.
Mate, you were built for this sort of endurance task, Millie.
Yeah, but sometimes it's too much. That was too much. I think 5 kilometres is enough. That's good. That's the perfect amount.
It is now, but if you'd gone
400 is pushing it.
If you'd gone through the things Nancy went through, Millie, I believe that you could do it. I reckon you could do it quicker. I reckon someone's going to have to take on the Tour de Nance record at some point and do the 400 kilometres and see if they can do it quicker.
Do I
gotta
have to do
add-
it in the same circumstances though? Just chuck me back in time?
I guess you got to have.
Yeah.
You got to be fearing for your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's hard to recreate.
Yeah. Oh, if magpies are chasing me though, I'd be fearing for my life.
So easy to recreate because you're scared of everything. You will end up going the very, very long way.
Yeah.
There's a bird. There's another bird. There's a bird.
No, if I saw a bird, I'd turn back.
Took her 800 kilometers to get there. Anyway, fingers crossed you never have to recreate the Tour de France.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm fairly confident you will never have to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm also confident that if you had to, you bloody could. But that's hey, that's just my opinion. That's just my bloody opinion. And look, thanks everyone for bearing with us through a Wednesday record.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know how we feel about Wednesday
Yeah, I'm
records
still
now.
asleep. How about you, Dad?
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
Yep, that sums it up. That's pretty much sums it up. My concentration has drifted away like the wind on the breeze. And so too can you now, fair Yonky Doodlers.
I'd like to fly away like the wind on the breeze.
And I like to believe that if you wanted to, you could, Millie.
Thank you.
If anyone could, you could.
Thank you.
But we will have to bring ourselves back like the wind on the breeze for the very next episode of...
Hopefully on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Let's really work harder to do such
I'll
simple...
be back at school next Tuesday.
Oh.
It's such an effort. Yeah, I'm going to be more tired.
More tired, but like the scheduling works out pretty simple.
Yeah.
Because like come home from school,
Yeah.
have a bit of a snack, relax a little bit. I'll
Have a
get a
snack.
little bit organised,
Yeah.
record the podcast.
Stop the podcast, then do whatever.
Yeah.
And then
free
go
time.
to bed.
Millie's free time.
Yeah.
All right. Lock it in. And there's a little insight into just a standard afternoon
Yeah.
here at the podcasting headquarters.
Yeah.
And now it is time to end this episode so that we can come back for another episode of Yonks Ago. Gotta lift our game. Oops.
That's your phone.
Didn't even turn my phone to silent.
That was really scary.